Hello! Welcome to Sandy La Pastelera. In today's live video, we are going to be baking a vegan mixed berry cobbler. So let's go with ingredients. We are going to need the following ingredients. So first, we're going to start macerating the fruits. This means just adding some sugar and some cornstarch or some starch to make it so it's not that liquid. So the first thing is we are going to need 300 grams of blueberries. I like to use fresh blueberries, but you can use frozen as well. So 300 grams of fresh blueberries. Then we're going to need 400 grams of strawberries, also fresh strawberries. If you want different kind of mixture of berries, you can do that as well. You can add raspberries or blackberries, anything, any berry that you like. So I'm using this because this is the ones that I have. And then we are going to use 40 grams of coconut sugar, and then 20 grams of erythritol. Erythritol is an alcohol, sugar alcohol that it has like almost zero glycemic index. And then we are going to add some lime zest and 20 grams of cornstarch. Okay, that's for the fruits. And then for the pastry dough, we are going to need the following ingredients. So we are going to make it gluten-free and sugar-free as well. So we are going to use 35 grams of coconut flour, 35 grams of oat flour. Then we're going to use 50 grams of tapioca flour or tapioca starch. Then we're going to need 80 grams of almond flour. Then 25 grams of raw oats. If you don't want raw oats, then don't add raw oats. I always like to have oats or something that gives me texture. Yeah. And then we are going to need half a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then we're going to need 15 grams of coconut sugar and 15 grams of maple syrup, but like proper maple syrup. And then 60 milliliters of coconut milk. And we're going to need also 50 grams of vegan butter. I'm going to show you now my vegan butter because it has to be in the fridge. It's a homemade vegan butter. And then let me see, and then we're going to need the juice of 1 lime for the pastry dough. So let's start making the fruit. So for that, we are just going to add into a bowl the coconut sugar, the erythritol. Then we're going to add, if you can't find erythritol, then you can just add more coconut sugar. Or if you don't like coconut sugar, you can add brown sugar or vanilla or yeah, those sugars. And then we're going to add the cornstarch. So first I like to mix the dry ingredients and then add the fruit. Okay. So let's add all the cornstarch. The cornstarch is going to help to emulsify or make it the liquids of the fruit thick, so it's not that runny. Okay, so we are going to mix this, and then I'm going to add the lime zest. This is also optional. If you don't like lime zest, don't add lime zest. Or if you like any other citrus, you can add orange zest or mandarin zest, either. Okay. Wait. Okay, that's it. And then let me add this here, and then we're just going to mix the berries. We're going to mix all of this. And when you mix the berries or any fruit with the sugars, what it's going to do is you let it sit for a little bit, and then all the juices of the fruit, because of the sugar, is going to they're going to release, and it's going to make the fruit tender, juicy, and saucy. So it's going to be very tasty. Oopsie daisy. Okay, one berry fell. No, I miss. Okay, that's it. So we are just going to leave it there for a while. I just want another spatula to mix it properly. Okay. Ready. Okay, so that's ready, and now let's make the pastry dough. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, for the dough, the first thing that we are going to do is make kind of like a buttermilk, but it's going to be a non-dairy buttermilk. So we are going to mix the coconut milk. If you don't have coconut milk, you can use a non-dairy milk. That can work too. But I prefer, because I'm having coconut sugar and coconut flour, it all goes together. So I'm using coconut milk. So I'm going to cut some lime. And then let me add a little bit of lime juice. If you don't have lime or lemon, you can use lemon, or to make the buttermilk, you can also use vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or any vinegar. It's going to help it to make it curdle. Okay, so that's fine. And now I'm just going to mix it. And you can see how immediately the citric reacts with the coconut milk, and now it's all like lumpy, and it looks like buttermilk, but it's non-dairy buttermilk. So that's good. So I think that's enough with the juice. Maybe let's just add a little bit more. And then we're going to make the rest of the dough. Okay, I'm going to bring the vegan batter. So this is a homemade vegan batter. Because it's homemade and it doesn't have a lot of emulsifiers and anything to preserve it, it doesn't last a long time, and also is very fragile. So if you want to make it if you want to mix it to a pastry dough, you have to be sure that it's very cold, otherwise it won't work. So the first step to make this kind of pastry is basically just mix all the dry ingredients, then add the batter, and then basically you use your hands, make sure they are clean and dry, and you're going to start to form a sand, kind of a sand, and then we're going to add the wet ingredients. So it's very easy and simple to make, so let's do it. So we're going to add the coconut flour, oat flour, tapioca flour. Oopsie, let me. Tapioca. Then we're going to add the almond flour. Mix it all together. Okay. And then we're going to add the baking powder, all the dry ingredients, salt, and coconut sugar. Okay, once we have everything ready and mixed, the next step is going to be to add the vegan butter. If you don't want to use your hands, you can also do it in the mixer with a paddle attachment. That can work too. It's basically just like a sablé or brisé, sucré. I don't know French, so I don't know how to pronounce them correctly, but it's basically that. Just like a pie dough. So the first step is just make sure you don't press the ingredients, just lightly with your fingers. Press the vegan butter and mix it until all the vegan butter is dissolved into the flours and the dry ingredients. And then once it's all done and ready, and it looks like sand, then we're going to add the wet ingredients. So work it. And yeah, please make sure if you use vegan butter, it's very cold, and otherwise it won't work. Okay, it's getting ready. Okie dokie. And normally you eat the cobbler with ice cream, but today we're going to make a vegan coconut cream, and it's very easy to make, and you just need 2 ingredients. Basically it's just coconut cream, and I'm not going to add sugar, but you can add icing sugar or any other sugar to give it a little bit of sweetness, but I like the coconut cream just as it is. I just like to add lemon zest. That gives it a nice flavor. And also the berries, I know they are citric, but they're also sweet, a little bit sweet. So for me, I think is enough. I don't need to add more sugar into the coconut cream. Okay, I don't know if you can see. I'm going to show you. Hold on. But it's basically just sand. Once it's all like nice and ready, and you don't have more vegan lumps or lumps of the vegan butter, then you are ready to add the wet ingredients. So let me see. I think I have a few more. Okay, okay. Okay, I think it's ready. Now I'm just going to add the oats, rolled oats, mix it all together. And finally, I'm going to add the maple syrup. Oh, oopsie. And the vegan buttermilk or coconut milk. Okay. And now we just mix it all together. And it's done. You don't have to over mix it because you want it to be like crumbly, and basically it's just like that. You just mix it until everything is combined and all everything comes together. Let me just clean a little bit here. And I'm going to preheat my oven. I'm going to bake this at 175 degrees Celsius for around half an hour. So let's preheat the oven. Okay, ready. And now we are just going to put everything together. So I'm going to bake my mixed berry cobbler into a this kind of dish, like this. But if you don't have this one, you can use 8 by 8 inch mold, or you can do any mold that you like. But basically, it can be a glass one or a ceramic one. It's up to you. Okay, so the first thing is going to be to add all the juicy and tender and lovely fruits. And you can see now they have released some liquid, and so we are going to add it into the mold. Ready. Okay, nice and ready. Okay, and you know my favorite tool, one of my favorite tools, the ice cream scoop, and I'm just going to add some dough on top of the fruit, and that should be it. So let's just add. I just want to make it a little bit tiny, like this. And the idea is not to press hard into the dough. You just have to press it. You just have to make little balls and just add it on top of the fruit. Like that. Like that. Maybe we do it small ones. Let me just add smaller ones so it can go. They can be on everywhere, like this. Add it here and here. There we go. Let's just okay, I still have a little bit more. And this dessert is very, very easy to make. So let's just add a little bit more of the pastry. And the nice thing is that you can do any fruit that you like. So if you don't like berries, you can add peaches or cherries, any fruit. Okay, so this is ready. So let me just go into, I'm just going to wash my hands and it should be ready. So we are just waiting for an oven to be preheated, and we're going to bake it at 170 degrees Celsius for around about 30 minutes. Okay, so let's wait for the oven to be ready. It's taking a long time. In the meantime, I'm going to show you how to do whipped coconut cream. So for the whipped coconut cream, it's very important to have a very good quality coconut cream that has a very is higher in fat. So what I do is, normally it's very hard to find a good quality of coconut cream. So what I do is just I buy whatever coconut cream can that I can get, and I put it in the fridge, and I just take just the fatty part on top. So when you put the can into the fridge, the liquid goes down and all the fatty goes up, and so I just take all the fat and then all the hard stuff of the coconut cream, and the liquid I just leave it in the can, and I just use it for a smoothie or to do something else. Because if I use the whole can, it's very liquid and it doesn't have enough fat content, so it won't whip. So that's why I use just the top of the coconut cream. You can do that with coconut milk too. Just put it in the fridge and just take the top part of the can. So let me show you how I do it. I'm going to bring another bowl. Hold on a second. So I weighed 235 grams of just coconut cream. So let me just. You can do it in the mixer using. Hold on a second. Okay. Let me just do this. Hold on, I have a thing in my oven. Okay, so our mixed berry cobbler is in the oven and it's ready to, it's baking. And now let's just make the coconut cream. So if you want to add icing sugar, I normally add the 10%. So if it's 200, it will be 20 grams of coconut cream, of icing sugar. Otherwise, you don't have to add icing sugar. Just do it like I do it. And basically you just try to break all those lumps here. And just mix. So let's just keep mixing. To give it more flavor, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of this pinky powder that is called acai. I'm going to show you now. So it's basically very easy to make, and you just need to be very strong with your arm if you're going to do it by hand. Otherwise, just use your mixer. But I just want to show you by hand because not everyone has a mixer, so it's easy. Well, it's fair to do it for everyone because I know not everyone has all the equipment, all the necessary equipment. Okay. Just want to break these little lumps that I have here. Aha! And now I'm just going to bring the powder that I'm telling you about. So I'm going to be using acai powder. So I'm just going to add a little, half a teaspoon, just so we make it all pinky. Okay. So half a teaspoon. You can use this for smoothies, for ice creams. It's very, very tasty. Okay. And now our whipped coconut cream with acai powder is lovely and ready. So I'm just going to keep it in the fridge until we are ready to serve our dessert. And I think I'm just going to add a little bit more of lime zest. So, and yeah, we can add a little bit of lime juice. This is optional if you don't like the citric flavor of lime. You don't have to do it. You can just whip coconut cream plain with nothing, or you can add a little bit of more ingredients to give it a tastier flavor. And it's ready. Look. So I'm going to, it's like working with cream. You have to whip it. Well, luckily with this one you're not going to have the same problem as cream, that if you whipped too much it's going to it's going to become lumpy and you're going to have butter. With this one you don't have that problem, but it's easier to see the right texture. So just keep whipping, and then once it's ready and whipped, you're just going to keep it in the fridge until you're ready to use, because the heat, if it's hot, is going to affect the texture and it's not going to be nice and fluffy and creamy. It's going to become liquidy. So it's very important that you keep it in the fridge. Okay, ready. So I'm just going to keep my whipped coconut cream with acai powder and some lemon juice in the fridge. And now let's see how our cobbler is looking beautiful. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for my mixed berry cobbler to get ready, to be ready. So it's going to take around about 24 minutes, and I'm going to see you in 24 minutes. So wait for me, have a cup of tea, and I will see you in a bit. Bye!